Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Happy Thursday if you're in Australia. I am so excited to be here. And I know I haven't been on my YouTube in a while, and sorry about that. I sort of had wasn't using StreamYard for a while. Thought there would be another way to do this, but you know what? Back on StreamYard. Let me just pause all that. So I'm just going to give everybody a little bit of a chance to say hello. Pop in a comment below. I see some eyes on me, which is super great. So if you're coming in from my Facebook group, if you add StreamYard, I can see your comments with a name. Otherwise, I will only see a comment, okay? But I'm here and I'm excited about this topic, okay? This is a really, really important topic to be talking about. So where are you tuning in? And I guess I just want to introduce myself. I'm Yvonne Stanton. I'm a wellness coach for women only in nutrition, fitness, mindset, because this thing is everything. And I have been coaching for over 20 years in different facets of my life. My background started in the fitness industry, and then through my own 20 years of starving and dieting and all those fad things, weight on, weight off, like that yo-yo, which was so much easier in our 20s, I have to say, even our 30s. I finally had to get a nutritional background to start understanding how food played a role in this journey and how to have an amazing relationship with food. I mean, who doesn't want to have an amazing relationship with food? It's like everything. It's the sweet spot. And I coach women on all of these facets because as we're getting in our 40s and our 50s, this stuff and a lot of old habits and self-sabotaging, the things we say to ourselves, and this stuff takes time to change. And I always, when I'm coaching my clients, I say, you know, our weight is just reflected on our mindset, our thoughts, and our emotions. Our emotions play up in so many ways. And the stress that triggers all of these things is why we have weight on, why we don't feel good about ourselves. Our energy goes down. We don't feel good, so we say not nice things to ourselves. We pretend we feel good, and so on and so on. And as I was saying in my own journey, it was, you know, looking in the mirror, not enjoying what I saw. I had two, sometimes three different sizes of clothes in my wardrobe. Who's there? And, you know, what was such a big cut for me is like cutting that cord, you know, I got rid of the clothes that I didn't ever want to see again or wear again. And I am so passionate about what I do. I was coaching a couple of clients. There's a couple of days that I coach all my clients, and I love coaching everybody sort of in a couple of days because you get in such a good feel and a flow with everything, because I'm all about with ease and flow. And when you become in ease and flow, life becomes super easy. Everything is easy. Things come that are easy. You know, it doesn't matter in every facet of our life. Money flows with ease. Relationships flows with ease. Weight release flows with ease. And it's truly a blessed place to be. So this is how I coach. It's the facet of everything that is in, I believe, in our life. And anything that we've held back from the past will come up and show up eventually in your life. And if you don't want to keep living these same habits over and over and over, this is where the transformation and getting on a call with me and looking at and having this conversation to see if I can support you and help you and transform your life like I've done for so many other women. So today, our topic is fat loss versus weight loss. So I love this topic because, like I said, I've been in the fitness industry. I started in the fitness industry in my 20s. Okay. It was aerobics, personal training. That's where I started my journey. And obviously being a dancer. So fitness was always something I was doing. And what I find is that when I'm getting onto coaching calls and the people that are drawn to me and my energy and my what my beliefs are, which is being sustainable lifestyle, sustainable food relationship, right? Still not restrictive, still enjoying the foods that you love, chips, wine, pasta, pizza. Like, this is joy, right? We need to be in joy. Joy is where the sweet spot is. And what I find, which is what always comes up, is that I get women on a call and they say, I want to have your arms, or they want to have my body. They want to be more lean. They don't want to have big muscles, blah, blah, blah. And this is where I'm going to talk about, which is what the difference is from a fat loss to weight loss. And I'd love to know where you are in your journey. Okay. So if you are tuning in, please comment, in the chat for me. I have a feeling that there's some of you on my Facebook, and I think there's a few viewers here on YouTube, because the journey is different, right? So why do people like this? Is because this is the leanness, and the muscles, the way that I train, also help the lean muscle to show up. But it comes from diet. It comes from understanding how we train, how we eat. It all matters, right? So as I've been in the fitness industry, I've never used anything more than a 10-pound weight, ever, 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 ever. Because that for us is 2.5, which I think is, sorry, it's 5 pounds. So 5 to I think it's 5 to 10 pounds on different exercises that I do. Okay. I still do this stuff every day, not every day, 3 times a week, right? Strength training is super important. So what is the difference from the fat loss to the weight loss? So I want you to think about weight loss and fat loss. They're sort of like a interchangeable, right? They either way, the end results that you're searching for is a healthy change in an environment, in a well-being, right? In your well-being. And the truth is, fat loss can be part of weight loss, but usually loss more than just, you want to lose more fat than weight. Okay. So what does that mean for you and your health goals? For most individuals, fat loss is the goal, but it's not talked about a lot. We talk about this weight loss, which it's not always about that, because we start seeing a huge change in our compensation and how our body looks when it's a combination of both. Okay. So the difference between weight loss and fat loss is how you can optimize for fat loss. And I know this might seem like I don't quite understand it, but it does get a little bit complicated. And the body has water, right? We're made out of water. We're 80% water. So what do we need to be doing to maintain our body water total? What do you need to do? Yeah, you know it. You got to drink water. Okay. And a lean body mass is important for the weight. And when those 3 things are, you're doing your thing, right? The body water, the lean body mass, and then looking at the types of food that you're eating is where the fat comes from. And you want to be getting that fat loss down. So I think statistically, people are usually consuming more like 40% fat in their diet. And this is where you've got to shift that in order to lose more fat, right? So weight loss is an overall reduction in the body, in the weight, and fat loss is a reduction in body fat. So let's look at it like, women, we always used to say, we got cottage cheese on our buns, or you might have cottage cheese on your legs, or, I've seen it in arms. That is actually fat, right? That is the component of what fat looks like, is that consumption. In order to lose that and to have more of a finer, nice skin, we have to look at the fat reduction. So when you lose weight, you're not just losing body fat, you're making changes to each component of your body composition: body fat, lean body mass, and body water. This is the true for weight loss, right? This is true for even weight gain as well. You don't control how much of each you lose, but you influence what's lost. And weight loss happens, okay, when we are having the right diet and we have exercise programs, because we need to move our body, right? We are energy people, right? So energy in, energy out. You can look at it as calories in, calories out. I don't coach on calories. I coach on energy, and I coach on what we are doing. So when we are not moving, very hard to have any kind of reduction, period, right? We must have movement in our life. So in saying that, how do you achieve fat loss? And some people can do it easier and it's harder for others. Okay, so reducing energy in from food while increasing energy out via exercise activity. This is the calorie deficit, right? We have to be in a calorie deficit to find any change. And this combination forces your body to make up for the missing energy by breaking down your body's tissue, including body fat and muscle. So it's a real fine thing that we don't want to lose muscle, but we want to be having our body go to the source, which is where the fat is. And it's just an amazing part of our body and how it occurs. And as you lose weight, you will lose some muscle, because that's what happens in the middle form of the lean body mass, in addition to body fat. So body fat in general terms is a combination of your essential fat. And this plays a vital function role, right? It's the storage. Storage fat. Storage fat is a tissue, right? And this tissue accumulated as also our reserves. So, the days that you're running on empty and you haven't eaten anything, your body will go to its reserve, right? It's what it's meant to do, which is a good thing. But how do we do that in everyday life? Right? This is the factor of knowing the consumption of what you're eating and knowing how to get your body to go to that source for more of a fat loss. Okay. There is a unfortunate stigma when it comes to our weight, which is, while this is a clear link between, we've got obesity and chronic disease and our, weight goals and releasing of weight, it can lead to untentative, like these consequences, right? This is a consequence that can happen in food disorders, eating disorders, so we can't focus too much on it. There's got to be a nice balance and a nice flow. And that's how I coach. Everything is about in moderation. Everything is about sustainability. Everything is about this constant of doing a little bit of everything and understanding how our body works, because everybody's body does work differently because of stress. Stress is an underlying factor. Stress affects everything. Stress affects how you sleep. It affects how your energy is. It affects your cortisol levels. It affects everything. And in case you don't know, I had a lot of stress in my life over my years, so I'm an expert. And as I'm getting into this, and you might still find it's very scientific, right? So our body is the smartest thing we know, and we abuse it. We abuse it in so many ways. We abuse it in, I'm just putting up my light. There we go. We abuse it in not eating enough food. We abuse it by eating too much food, and we don't let it do what it needs to do. Rest and repair at night, eating the right amount of food, and everybody is different. I don't believe that you have to eat 6 meals a day. I know 3 meals, absolutely, because it's a clock. It wants to be fed. Okay. Intermittent fasting, not so. I mean, in my opinion, I'm not a big fan of it, except for sleeping at night, right? We want to go to bed, make sure that you're on an empty stomach. You've had those 2 hours prior to going to bed so it can rest and repair. And it's not up all night doing and working while you're sleeping. That leads to sleepless nights and restless sleep. So this constant and this understanding of getting your body to actually lose more percentage of body fat is important, because that's where the lean muscles come from, right? So this helps and usually when I'm coaching women, I don't worry too much about the fat loss. It comes out of getting them in some constant to actually releasing the weight, so it's actually happening. And then we start looking at more the nutrition and the foods they're eating and making sure that these macros are all in place. Okay, and the macros basically are, coming down to the protein, the carbs, the fat, the vegetables, and that composition and all those components that go together. Okay, so excess body fat, especially that is storage fat, has a much closer link to a lot of chronic diseases, right? So that's your type 2 diabetes, your hypertension, heart disease, and various cancers. So it's a serious thing to be thinking about. And so I want you to start thinking about your body mass and what that looks like for you. Okay, because there are so many different ways to measure it. And if you're not losing fat, then we need to figure out what it is, right? And that's how you track all of this stuff regularly is super important. Because there's so many different ways, like I said, in doing this, but we need to know what that body mass is and the percentage of your fat. Okay. So I'm hoping this is starting to resonate with you, the importance of it, because, there is such a difference. It's how you feel. It's like, have you ever heard the saying, we say this when we're personal trainers, you have muscles. If you've been doing abs, their muscles are under there, but you can't see it because you have a layer of fat on there. And that's what we need to be working on. It's this inner work. It's the getting your metabolism up so that it's working throughout the day in order to have more fat loss when you're sitting on the lounge and it's working for you. Without training hours upon hours in the gym, working effectively, working efficiently, and really turning on those muscles, those beautiful muscles that we have underneath that are on and working for you, so that we're focusing. When you focus on the weight loss and you do not make changes to minimizing the lean body mass, then you could be, you're decreasing the size of your metabolism. So food really matters, about the nutrition that you're eating, the amount of food that you're eating, so that it's doing, and it's actually, your weight is actually going naturally with your metabolism. But we have to make sure that metabolism is working properly. If you are eating too less of calories, it's not going to work. If you're eating too many calories, energy, it's not going to work because it's working so hard already, right? So it's trying to find this sweet spot of what is that beautiful, sweet, calorie deficient, lean water, making sure you're drinking your water to get that fat loss and the fat loss of the measurements, right? This is where my clients, so when I was coaching the other day, I've had a couple of ladies that, I don't have the stats in front of me, but one of my clients, she's lost, I think it was 14 pounds, and she's lost almost 14 inches. So when our body is losing inches, this is better. This is the fat loss versus the weight loss. So my clients actually do it organically because we cover all of these bases in my program. So they're getting those statistics. And I have to always say, these are great statistics. When are getting measurements that are shifting, even though our weight isn't shifting, this is the bonus. This is sustainable. This is what you want to see. That's the sweet spot. Okay. It's the magic of the transformation. So I really hope you're getting this, and it is just a super important part of learning and educating yourself of all the different facets about this whole. You think it should be so easy, but as we're getting in our 40s and especially in our 50s, the things we've done in the past, they just don't work anymore. We have to understand what is going on. We have to understand what is going on in your body. What are you holding on emotionally? What are the barriers in your life? And if you're always stepping on the scale, you are sabotaging your results. Okay, that's stress. You're creating more stress in your life. I hope this has been a really good episode. I hope you're getting to understand that, with your nutrition and the strength training, this is where the sweet stuff starts. All right. Any questions? I'll see if there's anybody who is asking anything. No, just watchers. That's okay. I don't know about you. I look really tired. Did anybody feel that moon last night? We're going into an eclipse, and it was like 11 o'clock before I could get to sleep. I was wired. I was absolutely wired. And then I had a restless night, kind of awake because I normally get up early and my body's kind of awake, but I was so tired. And, but it is life, right? But did you feel that energy? So this is another great thing to understand too, is that we are with the planets. So when the planets are moving around, we are feeling the energy of that as well. So be really present and try to tune in to your energy. We are energy human beings. We feel energy. We hold on to energy. Am I saying that enough? We feel energy. We are energy. So think about all of these things. And if you're not too sure what you need from here, I encourage you to jump on a call. Okay. I will, the link is in my YouTube to jump on a call, and I'll pop it in the Facebook group one more time for anybody that wants to jump on a call and really get to having an idea of how this can work for you. Okay. So have a fabulous rest of your day. Make it great. Be positive. Do your journaling. Drink your water. Bye.